Hello and welcome back to Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. As you can see, the intro screen here is a little bit different because this isn't actually the original game. It's OpenRCT2, an open source fan-made collaboration project to make RCT2 even better with new features such as multiplayer and higher resolutions. Currently I'm running 1080p with 60 frames. You can see the frame rate up there. The resolution could go probably higher, but I don't have a monitor big enough for that. And at higher resolutions, these little guys here might get too tiny. So we'll stick with 1080p for now and jump back into my epic Big Mountains Park, which we left off in the previous session, which I just published recently because I found some lost footage recorded all the way back in 2013. But here we are in 2017, getting ready to finish finally this epic park. This is where we left off last time with the Thor themed stuff, and now is a great time to get back into it because Thor Ragnarok is coming out in like 2 weeks. Although by the time this session comes out, it'll probably already be out in theaters. And I just watched the first Thor yesterday as a recap and for ideas to build stuff in here. I'm probably gonna watch Thor The Dark World next weekend and such, and get even more ideas. We don't have much space left here. Pretty much this Asgard area here is open for scenery, and same over here. Oh, that's the Jotunheim area, also part of the whole Thor theme. And then we have the water park area here, mostly unthemed, and the only like fully open areas are over here next to the fantasy stuff and the Game of Thrones stuff. And some Egyptian area over there as well. And I might also consider building something over here in this jungle, which doesn't have any rides in it. It's got a lot of scenery. And as you can see, the frame rate is pretty good over here, but once I go over here, it drops down to like 30. Must be some sort of limitation with the engine or whatever, because my CPU and graphics card and RAM and VRAM and disks usage and whatever, none of them are at 100% when the frames drop down like that. If I zoom out, it's even worse. Let's see, we got 26, 19 frames up here, 18, 22. Although it's... oh, I forgot to start my music. Let's start the music. Anyway, it's pretty much the same with the original game. Once you zoomed out in a massive animation-filled park like this, the frames would drop. Although it wouldn't lag like this. It would more just slow down the scrolling. And if I go even higher, it gets even worse. We're down to 10 frames, so let's try not to zoom out much. Although once you go to the final farthest zoom level, then it goes back up to 60 because there's like no animation up here. Some of those flames are moving, but that's it. So let's try to stick to the closest zoom to get at least 30 frames in here. Although down here I can make it worse by opening more viewports, such as these Platinum Falcons here. And now it's down to 8, holy shit. It's probably because these are at the second zoom level. So if I change them to like the trains, which are at the first zoom level, it should help the frame rate a little bit. Yeah, now we're up to 22. Let's swap into non-animated tabs to make it even better. 29, 30, yeah, much better. So I have to try and keep as few viewports open as possible. And viewports are one of the functions added to this game via the OpenRCT version. I can't remember how do I open a new viewport? Cutaway view, is that it? Enable cutaway view. I don't know what that is, but there was a button somewhere to open up. There we go, extra viewport. You can get a viewport like that and move it around just like the standard main camera view. Oh, looks like I'm getting 60 frames despite this being like zoomed out, but probably once I... Yeah, there we go, now the frames are down to 16 when I enlarge it. But if I keep it small, it doesn't affect too much, and then you can jump to it like that. That's cool. And we have things like cheats that you can enable, which might come in handy because I'm bleeding money here. At some point when I was playing this all those years ago, I think I had to use cheats to expand the park borders, because the original map creator had made it all kinds of funny with the borders, like they were going like somewhere through here, and then you could buy some of this area, and I remember there was like super weird borders over here that were causing trouble and stuff like that, so I had to use a trainer to fully expand the borders, and as a result I think it switched from, for some reason, it switched from ticket pricing to admission pricing, which is bad for the economy, especially with a park rating of 999. The people don't want to leave, they have too much fun in such a huge, beautifully decorated park with all these rides. They never want to leave, so they don't generate any money by leaving and coming back again to pay the admission price. The only money they generate is shop sales and stuff like that. Although it looks like I have... Where the hell am I getting ride ticket money from? Interesting. Oh, that could be actually the bathrooms. Let's see if I have any money on the bathrooms. Outhouse, Jurassic Style. Yeah, they're 10 cents. So I guess they're counted as rides. Anyway, let's get back to it. Continue where we left off so many years ago over here. I was thinking of first building the Bifrost, the Rainbow Bridge right here where the Platinum Falcons go in a straight line. Although they do make these drops here. So I don't know, how could I make a flat bridge? I guess they could be like going under and over it. So I was thinking of using the glass roof things to make the bridge. Let's see how it turns out.